A hometown discount with the Cowboys.
Hell no. I wish Dak might. Whatever Dak does outside of the Dallas Cowboys is Dak's business. Has nothing to do with the Cowboys. A lot of successful quarterbacks have endorsement deal. Baker doesn't play for the Cowboys. Skip says he's on every Sunday 15 times a day. Rodgers doesn't play for the Cowboys. He's on 15 times a day. Mahomes doesn't play for the Cowboys. Successful quarterbacks have contracts. And for one reason, Dak did not only played about 5 games. That's why you don't give discounts, because with one snap, it's all over. Dak Prescott, after what he went through, I can assure you, I'm willing to shove whatever I own that Dak Prescott is not giving the Dallas Cowboys the discount, because it can end too soon. And then what? You gave them a discount. You think they're going to give you that money back? Absolutely not. I want to ask you this, Skip. How many contracts did Quincy Carter have? He played for the Cowboys. What about Drew Bledsoe? He played for the Cowboys. There are a lot of quarterbacks that play for the Cowboys ain't have these kind of deals.
For a minute, they both played.
Yeah, for a minute.
Right?
Yeah. But so let me ask you a question. If Dak Prescott doesn't start off 13-3, doesn't win Rookie of the Year, you think he's getting all these endorsements? I do not. Dak Prescott is smart enough to know. See, you see what they expect of us. Now, Jerry Jones gets his money from the NFL. He does a deal with AT&T. He does a deal with Pepsi. The NFL don't say, well, Jerry, you need to take a little less money here because you got a deal outside with AT&T. You got a deal with Pepsi. They don't do that. If I'm Dak Prescott needs to understand. And I think Todd France, a little bit that I do know of Todd France, he understands. Dak is a business just like the Dallas Cowboys. What's in the best interest of Dak Prescott, Inc.? Giving discounts, not in the best, because here's the thing with a discount. This is what you know. Go check high-end retailers. Go to the Montage. Go to the Four Seasons in Wilshire and see how many discounts they give you. You know why? Because once you give a discount, that's going to be the expectations moving forward. Go down to Rodeo Drive and get on Tiffany and Harry Winston and see how many discounts they give it. Because you know, if you start giving discounts, people will always expect the discounts. So I got no hookup for you, bro. Full price or get to stepping.
So if Dak Prescott were the quarterback of the, let's say, Buffalo Bills or the Minnesota Vikings, or I don't know, even the
Seattle Cleveland Browns.
Okay, where's Progressive Insurance based?
That means Dak Prescott would have that deal.
He has the edge that Baker does. No, he doesn't have the edge that Baker does. Baker Mayfield is a lightning rod, and Progressive jumped on him when he was hot through his rookie year when he finally got to play, when Hugh Jackson finally said, okay, here we go, and then he got fired. And he took off, and he's still taking off, and I think his star is still rising. But now back to Dak Prescott. Here we go again. What is the official beer of the Dallas Cowboys? Thanks to Jerry Jones and a deal that he made with Coors.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Where'd that go?
Oh, he went to Anheuser-Busch. So you're going to see a whole lot of Dak on national TV talking about Budweiser and Bud Light. I don't know, maybe even Bud Light Seltzer. That's their newest, right?
Well, if Jerry wanted to keep him, Skip, he should have went to Coors. He should have went to the banquet beer. Brewed in Golden, Colorado. I know Coors. Skip, he should have went to them and said, hey, look here, man, y'all do something for Dak. But that's not what he did. He looked out for Jerry.
Here we go. I've already told you these two have gone to war. It is a quiet, unofficial war, but it's a war nonetheless. And this was in Jerry's face. I'll sign with Budweiser. And the quote from an insider who knows what's happening in the deal, he's signing a long-term deal with America's Beer before he signs one with America's Team. Boom. Jerry, you like it?
That's not an accident.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, but I think he's with Genesco, who does Pepsi. But if he wasn't with Pepsi, I guarantee you, because Pepsi endorses the Cowboys, I bet you do one with Coke.
Maybe you will.
I think you with Genesco with Pepsi products.
Okay. You know how I feel about this. Even you acknowledged that the deal Jerry offered way back when was a fair market deal. You just knew the market was about to explode.
Correct.
And it was about to go to Mahomes, and then it was about to go to Deshaun.
Right.
And the new agent, Todd France, said, okay, we have to project out. We need 40+ million, because if we don't get it, this deal will be rendered obsolete fairly quickly.
Yes.
And yet, that 36-ish, whatever it was, you know, again, I don't know, they're haggling over 4 years versus 5 years. I don't care that much about that, but even if it was at 5 years for $36 million, I still say there's much value to be had to to trade off of being the quarterback of America's team. There's just still something. It doesn't matter how long it's been since they even played an NFC championship game. They are still Hollywood, Texas. That's what it feels like. It feels like Dallas is Hollywood in the middle of the country. And there's something about this team. We talk about Jerry Jones every day of the year through the regular season and much of the offseason.
Well, I just want to ask you this. How many of those corporate sponsors that put their name with Jerry do you think Jerry gives a discount to?
Well, obviously, but there's a thing called a salary cap that Jerry does not have to operate on off the field.
What did D. Law tell Stephen Jones? That's your job to worry about the cap. My job is to worry about my play. So I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Y'all say let front office people handle front office stuff. So I'm gonna let you handle that. But I'm gonna get me my money. Because guess what, Skip Bayless? Now here's another thing. You know, Lamar Jackson's coming up too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys. Now, they saying, I don't know how true this is. I don't know Aaron Rodgers well enough to call him or anybody close to him, that he wants more money. I told you, the days of the 36 million, the 38 million, it was over. I told you that last year, Skip, it's 40 now. That's where it is. Jerry haggling over a few more dollars. And
has he earned that money with his play?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Skip, you know how it is. You know how it works. Free agency is not about whether or not you earned it. It's about being free. So pay, it's going to cost you 40.
Okay. Guess who got his money in the same draft class?
Yes.
Was Jared Goff.
Yes.
He got his money. I saw Les Snead, the GM of the Rams, say yesterday he had to look at the calendar when he was asked about Jared Goff's future with the Rams. He had to say, oh, it's January 25th. Oh, he's the quarterback today as of January.
Yeah.
That's how little faith they have going forward.
And guess what
Jared
he said?
Goff.
He said, yeah, the cap makes it kind of hard to get off a player like that, but the cap can be worked. Everybody can work the cap except the Cowboys.
So wait a second. There's a quarterback you love, at least you used to love him. You called him walk it to him wins. I call him give it to him wins because he became the ultimate turnover machine last year. They gave him his money, same draft class as Dak Prescott. And now we're looking at Rams and Eagles, and they're both stuck with their quarterback.
Skip, well, do like the Rams and Eagles. Let him go. Why are you holding on to him? Why you franchise him? If you don't believe it, why would you even franchise him if you don't believe in him? Let him go.
So I love Dak Prescott, but I don't love him as much as I love Deshaun or Mahomes. I don't think he's as good as those two. He's still a top 10 quarterback, edge of the top 10, maybe 10.
Okay.
But I can't defend what he's done in his last 17 starts. He's 6-11. It's not all his fault. It's some defense, but a lot of it's his fault because 6-11 last year, not this past season, but the year before. He wasn't very good the whole year.
But Skip, Deshaun Watson's looking at Dak Prescott's looking at history. No other player, be it quarterback, running back, tight end, D-line, DB, has you ever asked to give you a hometown discount? Only me is that you want me to give you a hometown discount. Bruh, I'm not Dollar General. I'm not the Dollar Tree, bruh. Now you pay full price here.
Okay, yet if I go back to 2 years ago, the Hall of Famer across from me down the stretch after he got off to a big 3-0 hot start against 3 bad teams, garbage teams. In his last 13 games, you gave him 7 Fs. 7 Fs. And then you said, pay the man, Jerry. Really? Well, that seems to be both sides of the mouth.
No, it's not, Skip. I understand how it works. You are free, Skip. You know the quarterback position is never really based on solely on wins and losses. They're projecting out. If you don't believe this guy projects out to be 40 million, let him go. Skip, if you don't project, it's like a relationship. If you don't project out being with her long term, let her go. Let him go.
Then to start last year, they go to the Rams, and I thought they could win the game, and Dak played pretty well, but they lost, and then they come home to play Atlanta, and they fall behind 29-10 at half. And as the Hall of Famer always tells me, did Dallas have the ball in the first half? Yeah, they had the ball, and they couldn't do much with it.
No, only Dak had the ball. Because when I told you about when Tom Brady kept going 3 and out against Kansas City, you said that didn't happen.
And then Dallas came back and stole it, but you said it was a lot of like empty calorie yards that Dak threw for. And then all of a sudden they go to Seattle, and they fall behind 30-15, and they lose, and then they're down 17-3, and Dak got hurt in that game, but they're down 17-3 to the Giants, and Andy Dalton had to come in and save the day in that game. So what am I seeing here? What's the recent body of work? It's not that impressive.
Yeah. All you had to do was win 7 games this year. and you won the division. You had Andy Dalton. You had CeeDee Lamb.
I had Dak Prescott.
For 5 games.
Yeah, and it was going the wrong direction.
All I'm saying is this. You didn't have him. You didn't have. So how many games did Dak win? 2, right?
1.
Win 1 game?
He just won.
No,
one
he got credit for Atlanta, and he got credit for the Giants because he started. So he won 2 games.
Well, he didn't finish that
He won
game.
2 games.
No.
Y'all won.
Andy Dalton won that game.
And how many games did y'all win total?
Well, don't remind me, because it was a lot to do with the defense. But
No, not
again,
the defense fault.
Well, they had a chance the last game of the year, and my new coach decided not to challenge the most challengeable play I've ever seen, and it cost them the game.
What about your offense? How'd they do?
They could have won the division.
How'd your offense do?
It was hit and miss.
Oh, unfortunately, it feels like a while ago, Skip, that you were optimistic about